I want to put some more design onto this trailer. It's not quite finished. But let me see if I only got 1 more minute. I'm going to put a little more there. Yes, it's going to be very pretty. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. I am Dory with Prairie Scraps, and I do not know, hold on, why that is continuing to go. All right. Hello, I am Dory with Prairie Scraps, Dory Joe Stowell, and we are waiting in queue here to go live on the Crafty Bunch. If you are not already in the Crafty Bunch, please go ahead and join in there. We are doing Happy Camper today, so I'm pretty excited about that. Make sure that you join that group. Deborah was just with Sacred Sew was just finishing up, so that is exciting. I feel like I'm off today. There we go. Oops. Awesome. Thank you, Mary. Good job. I am Dory Joe with Prairie Scraps. I think we're still about a minute short here. I'm here on YouTube, and I love to take things that, hey, Leslie, good to see you. Thank you for joining in. Make sure you follow all the ladies. Ahead of me was Deborah on Sacred Sew, and she was making a camper sign too. So today, I'm going to make a camper sign for Happy Camper event. And up after me is Jan at Fine Again Fine. So be sure to pay attention and join her. The sign I'm actually going to use today, I've done a little sanding on because somebody had taken this. This was like a Walmart surface. And somebody had used like permanent marker to put climb high. You can kind of see it with a hand-drawn tree. And so I got this at a thrift sale for $1, and which is cheaper than buying it at Walmart. But of course, we have to cover it first. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Today we're going to do some camping. Hey, I'm in the camper. I have a little craft camper here. 1953 Airstream. So I love me a little camper. I have a big, honestly, we have 3 Airstream campers in our yard, but this is the crafting one. So I'm kind of hoping I can cover up all these, this writing but I don't know, with just a light coat, but I have a feeling. I did do some sanding to trying to get the hard edges off, but it was taking a lot off. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we do. Just kind of want to make it look rough, like you're camping. So tell me, I would love to know if you guys love to camp. Do you do tent camping or camper camping? This little camper we camped in with my grandfather's. It's a vintage Airstream, actually. And we bought it from my uncle back when we had little kids. I have 5 kids, and 3 of them are now adults. But when they were little, those 3, that's when we got this little one from my uncle and redid it. And so we camped in it. It sleeps 5. It's one of those little like short Airstreams. It sleeps 5, but there's like this folds down into a double bunk. Hi, Sue. Good to see you. Penny, so glad you joined us. And Simply Bewitching Crafts. Thanks for joining me. So this folds down into a double bed, and then at the back of the camper, which I'm not going to show you, because this is my crafting palace. It's like I have a little path right to my chair. I sit down, we craft at the table, and everything else is just like storage for my camper. So, or for my crafting. Got lots of crafting stuff in here. So I will sit down and start to sort and clean, and then I get distracted. Do any of you get crafting distracted? Hey, Junk to Joyful. Good, glad you could join me. We're in the Crafty Bunch. I'm really excited to be a part of the Crafty Bunch. I haven't got my t-shirt yet, so I did wear my travel t-shirt. It says I haven't been everywhere, but it's on my list. I guess that's what it says. But it's on my list. For sure. I love this t-shirt. Who doesn't love to travel? Always. All right. Are any of you tent campers? I am totally in awe of you if you are. before we got this little camper, we went tent camping a few times with our kids when they were toddlers, my older two. And after a couple of nights on the ground, we decided it was not our thing. It was rough. I am not a rough camper. I have to have my flush toilet, and I like a shower. I can do one day without a shower, but not two. Second day, I need a shower. So every other day, my husband talked me and some friends talked me once into going on a rough camping trip up in the mountains. And the other friends that went with us, it was like harvest season. So they were coming down during the day and harvesting all day. Then they'd take a shower and come up rough camping. But they smelled so good when they came that by the time I got to my third day, oh, that's cool. A teepee. That probably doesn't have a toilet. Anyway, by the third day, because my husband, like, I don't know, he just we got up there and he's like, we had water. We have a bigger Airstream camper that does have a toilet and has a bathtub. It doesn't have a very huge tank on it. So I'm trying to make this look, a little rough, like it's boards, and still cover up what was on there underneath. So no offense to the drawer. Actually, it was a girlfriend of mine, so she was not offended. She knew exactly what I would be doing with it, so that I would be changing it out when I purchased it at a rummage sale. I love taking old things and turning them into new. Just getting a little bit on the edges here. Always tent camped until 60. Oh my goodness. You're way braver than me. So anyway, by the time I got to the third day, I was so embarrassed because I felt like I smelled. I can't deal with it. I just can't deal with the smell. I don't care if everybody else is too, but this particular camping trip, everybody else was getting showers and smelling good when they came up to camp at night. And then to top it off, my husband, we put our camper on like up in our we have national forest above our house, above town. No toilet. We use a portable potty. Oh no, I'm so sorry. That is not my idea of a good time. I don't really care. The kids are fine. The kids were absolutely fine. We went with all 5 of the kids on that trip, and they were all fine. They were happy. All the kids were happy, but I was not. By the third day, I was like, I'm not going out there. They smell good and I stink. And I started crying. So I don't have the strong constitution for that. I have the strong constitution for a lot of things, but not going without a shower for 3 days. That is not, it's not in my back pocket, I guess you would say. All right. How do you think that looks? This is kind of upside down because the hanger's on the other side. Kind of looks like, a little bit rough. I had to go I'm going to go a little bit solid, I think, down here a little bit more, just so it doesn't look so odd. It wasn't really sticking here. I just want to make sure we cover up where they had used a marker on this. Very brave, I think. I'm not a great artist, so I think it's brave when you try to draw things on your own. Oh, yeah, the mountain doesn't have any water. It's like there's no place to go swimming. It's up beyond Fish Creek, it's called, but the creek is dry by summer because it's just runoff from the snow. Yeah, I'm not a portable girl. I won't go. In fact, I had not probably gone to the bathroom for 3 days by the time I started crying, and that was probably why I was really crying. I didn't think about it at the time, but I really, it's not my thing. So I don't like rough camping. I prefer a flush toilet. Just no. So yeah, me and the dog was also miserable. We had a very anxious dog, and he would not go to the bathroom up there either when we were not at home. So he and I, constipated with no showers, crying. That was my rough camping trip. And I was like, I will never do that again. That was awful. All right. So I think we got this pretty ready here. I'm going to give this a little dry. Oh, yeah. Nice. Did you ever go to the Rendezvous? And I'm okay with going and looking at it. Not okay with living it. I just can't. I grew up without, in the winters we didn't have any. My dad is off grid, I guess you would say, and it wasn't fun times. We never had water, and we didn't have bathtub or shower growing up. So I feel like I've done my duty. I just don't have to at this age. Anyway, I do love camping. I love going in our camper that has our Airstream that has, a toilet and a shower. It even has a bathtub in it. It's the one that we take now. Once we outgrew this little one, like I said, this has got a double bed here. It's got a double bed and then a single bunk above it. It's got a little refrigerator right next to me. And then it's got an oven and a stovetop, but no bathroom. The water can be plugged into it, but it goes right out. Yeah, fair. I don't know. My husband doesn't think it's fair. He wouldn't care. He'll go up hunting and camping, and he'll sleep in a hammock up in the woods. Not me. Not I, said the fly. So I've got a couple of options today. I want to do this camper. I haven't done this in a long time. It's an old one. If you want supplies, either message me or go ahead and comment camp, and I will get you a list of supplies. And this cutie patootie, I want to put this on, but there's another part to it. I have used this over and over and over, if you can imagine, because I kind of think this is my camper. So this part actually makes, I think, yeah. So I got to put this part down first is what I have to do. So we're going to put this underneath it. This is a really old transfer. It's several, oh geez, I don't know what year I even bought it, but it's not even in existence anymore. It's just one of those things. Okay. I'm just kind of measuring it out by where this is and trying to get this one underneath it. So we'll see if we can get it situated. We're getting close. This one's so old it doesn't even have like the little markers. Oh no. I think it needs to go up a little. So I want to leave room. We're going to put some letters down here. Toy hauler, camping trailer. Oh yeah. So funny thing, we have all these parades for 4th of July. And for 3 days we have 4th of July celebrations here in our little town. And the local ATV places that sell ATVs. I went four-wheeling once. My husband flipped us going up a hill because I was on with my husband, and he grabbed at the handlebars the steering bars because we were going up so steep. He grabbed onto it and flipped us. And so that was the very last time I went four-wheeling. It's not my thing. Also, I don't like to get dirty. So people go four-wheeling because we live up in the mountains in Idaho, and we're at 30. It's beautiful. I love the mountains. I love looking at them. I do not need to live in them, or I'm kind of on them. We're at 3,600. Oh, this is just taking me time. I might just put it on and then not worry about this part of it. I know I need to have a little space at the front. That's what I'm worried about. I want to have the hitch. But anyway, my husband flipped us. So we were watching all the back to the parades. We were watching the parades this last. I maybe figured it out how to do this. We were watching all the parades. I put it on the back side of this and then put it on. Okay, we are ready, I think. Put this down. This is the bottom portion of the camper. So we were watching all the ATVs go by, and now they have an ATV. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Joylyn. Hello. They have an ATV that's all enclosed, has air conditioning and heat. That's my kind of ATV. So obviously, I'm not really made for this. So I'm not doing it because I like to rough it. That is for sure. And I know for a fact that if I have to go up there, it's no bathrooms all day long. So it ends up being a long day, although I can hold it for days, probably, if I have to. Anyway, my husband goes, that's what I'm going to have to save my money for. I'm like, I can only imagine how much an ATV would cost with the air conditioning in it. I don't know if you'll ever convince me that's a thing we need to do, purchase or anything. All right, I'm using an eggshell blue. I thought this was a very pretty color this spring that came out. I just love this color. Probably is my favorite. And it is going to be kind of rough here again. If I have to, we can either clean it off or use a little, oh boy, that's stuck really good. Use a sanding block to rough it up a little if we got kind of weird in the crack, but it looks pretty good actually. Let me show you this. Oops. The top of that Airstream. See, I think this is probably more like one of those Shastas, I think they are, but we like to call them Airstreams. So I have to do the next part gray so it's accurate, right? Of course, Airstreams aren't painted either. All right, there we go. That turned out pretty good. That I'll just wash later on when I get to a sink because we don't have that here in the camper. Oh, fun. Yes. See, when you have a trailer, you can put one in. So there's that color. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Okay. Need this to dry for sure. Yeah, I like to decorate my camper too. Well, we have vintage Airstreams, so sometimes when we go, we've learned how to like keep it decorated, even though we're camping, because people always stop by and want to see it. Yeah, indoor plumbing, AC is okay, especially if you're like in trees and stuff. It's okay, but I definitely, if it gets too hot and dirty, I'm out. But I do enjoy going to the outdoors. I love to fish. Love to do all the things. And of course, I love me some s'mores. How many of you guys like s'mores? S'mores. I kind of crumpled that up when I said it there. Okay, get this apart. Don't do this at home. Excuse me. I think we've got this pretty dry. See if we can line this up. Line it up. Oops, wheels are off. This is a little tricky. Our new transfers are see-through, which is amazing. This can be a little tricky. Oops. Guess it does. Because the part that you want not to show through, you don't want your paint to show through, I guess is the goal. Because so the green parts are what you want over what we just painted. Oops. No wrinkles, please. We want it down really nice and firm. This part, I'll probably do it all gray. Hope I probably just dropped the gray. I sure did. Storm. No s'mores. Campfire hooch. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds interesting. I love s'mores. That is my favorite part. In fact, we have a campfire ring in the backyard because that's the best part. S'mores are the best part. I'm going to try to move fast here because this is a big area and you don't want it to dry in the transfer or it lifts when you lift it up. It makes blank spots when you let it dry. I even have like little curtains and things we could put in. We'll see. Sometimes I tend to like the simple mostly. So I don't always tend to do all the fancy Nancy stuff and frilly stuff. I kind of keep things pretty simple. All right. I guess the little one we have kind of looks a little more like an Airstream, but you know, we like vintage, any kind of vintage. So when we outgrew this little one, we found another one in a garbage or in a junkyard. I want to pull not from the angle. Looks pretty good. So exciting. Yay, I haven't done one of these in a long time. So much fun. All right, we're setting that aside. Get my fingers cleaned here and I can, whoops. Okay. I think I got it centered pretty well. Isn't that cute? Probably need something in the windows. Tell me what color I should put in the windows. I know, it's so cute, isn't it? All right. So I do want to do s'mores because, like I said, that's my favorite part. I might have to figure out what hooch is. I don't even know what that is. We're going camping in a couple weeks where my son's coming back through to go back to college. So we're taking him the weekend before he goes back to college. And we're getting the big Airstream out. And we're also going to have, I think, isn't this the cutest? A little cutout for the marshmallow. Campfire hooch. I'm imagining it's alcoholic. So I don't really know. So we're going to do this little the little marshmallow in the middle. The s'more first. Get this on there. This is one of our newer transfers. And it definitely is nice to be able to see through. Because you can see that your little cutout is going on there or where it's going. All right, can you see it? It's in there. It's underneath there. Eagles Landing Winery. Oh. Marquette, Iowa. Interesting. All right, I was thinking that this one needed to be brown because the white is going to be the marshmallow. And the stick should be brown, right? I like to have things be correct. So we're going to do a brown stick. And the cool thing about this little cutout I'm using, it's reusable. So if I don't like it, I can always erase it and redo it later. I'm not likely to. I don't like to watch movies twice. I also don't like to do my crafts twice. But if I mess it up, I will fix it. So that's the only time. So if I really don't like it, I will change it if I have to. All right. Get that off of there. Hold on tight. Oop, I did get a little smearing there. Let me show you that. Isn't that cute? Such detail. And you can kind of see down here on the stick, I got a little bit of smudge. Probably had a little bubble underneath there. So I'm just going to try to wipe it off a little bit without making a mess. Thankfully, this surface is reusable. So anyway, I thought that would be kind of cute having that pop out. So I'm going to set that up there to dry. And get you down there. All right. And then I want to do this outdoors and s'mores. And I got to move an S because my S, I used some tape on it and it ripped it off. So if that ever happens to you, let me know if you got a transfer from me. So, because I can help you out with that. All right, I'm thinking, what do you think, gray or black lettering? I'd love to know what you think. Hey, Terry. Glad you're here. Hello. Should I do black? I gotta remember not to use that S because it's smeared. Black or gray? I've got gray on the camper, so I'm kind of thinking the gray. The gray is fairly dark. Then this is gonna go in here, so we won't do that one again either. I'm making sure not to press that again. What do you think? Gray? Okay. It's the first one I saw, so I will go with it. So today in the Crafty Bunch, we are having a lineup of the Happy Camper. So be sure that you join in on our fun event. Everybody's doing something related to camping. So, and I know that Deborah was making, at Sacred Sew, was making a great camper sign as well. It's nice and bright, very different than mine, for sure. I'm gonna take this slow here, I think. Trying not to get this marshmallow, and it's like over a crack here, so just take it easy and try not to push against the cracks in the board too hard. I'm just going to do the outdoors first, and then we're going to peel it back to let it dry. I do try to not go too many ways. So we'll be fixing to get ready to go camping here soon and getting everything loaded up. What are your favorite campfire meals besides s'mores? What other campfire meals do you enjoy? You guys have any good ones? We like to do pudgy pies. Do you guys do pudgy pies? Ooh, that turned out really good. I'm just going to hold it upside down because I was doing that with my fingers. Isn't that nice? Nice, nice. Sorry, it's upside down. Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter if... Now I'm going to do the and then s'more without this S because this S has been damaged. I need to get it replaced. But thankfully, there's plenty of S's on this particular transfer. I can use other ones. Just don't want to get too close and get into it. I do like this gray. That's for sure. I had thought about making some campfire mugs or camper style mugs. We like to make pudgy pies. We like to make like peanut butter and jelly inside, soaked in egg, kind of like peanut butter and jelly French toast. We love that camping. Foiled dinners. Oh, yes. We used to call them poor man's dinner. Hamburger, potatoes, carrots, and I'm going to just hopefully peel this whole thing back. Hamburgers, potatoes, carrots, onion, salt and pepper in the foil packets. Oh, have you had... we use the those stronger marshmallow sticks for cooking apples. You just, once it's cooked a little bit on the campfire, an apple, it'll burn kind of around the edges. And then you sprinkle cinnamon and sugar on top of it. Ooh, yummy. That is so good. All right. Oh, goodness. Another part of my transfer came off there. I don't know why my S is coming off. Thankfully, it's the same color as my my camper, I guess. It kind of looks like it matches. I'm just going to sand off that little spot. Get this. Okay, that looks pretty good. Doors and s'more. Got to get the other S on there. We want this to dry first, though. If you didn't notice when I was doing that, I did just lay it back down real quick because the edges of the E wasn't on there very good. I'm loving this. I love this color. Let dry there. Oh, I wonder where my tool is. I'm missing a tool. So I did a vendor event this last weekend, or not vendor, Art in the Park, where I sold my finished goods this weekend for 4th of July, and things are missing. It always, right before you go to an event like that where you're selling things, you always think, oh, I got to do that one thing. I got to do that one last thing. So there's always like one or 5 last things you're trying to finish up right before you leave, and you lose everything. My house is destroyed, and it does look kind of 3D, doesn't it? It's the cutest little thing. It really is. Should I put teal curtains in it? Oh, Dutch oven. Oh, do you just make like baked potatoes then in the Dutch oven? I haven't done that. We do have a Dutch oven. I haven't done huge amount. A lot of times we end up throwing everything we would make for dinners into the Dutch oven because it's just easier. You don't get like burnt sides. Although the burnt sides gives it character, right? Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate that. Thanks for joining me. Hello, painting Crafty. A different color than teal. Okay. Trying to decide what color. Maybe a pink? I don't know. I could maybe do. Let's see. I don't know. Trying to think. Make sure you watch all the other creators today. We're doing Happy Camper. And I've got this little, how did that go in there? To look at the original, I guess. Oh, I need to do the S yet. You guys, don't let me stop. I forgot the other S. Oh boy. Gotta get the other S on there. Try to get on straight. I'm kind of holding that R right over the E there on the end. This is my little S. Get back in the gray again. Thank you. I am over here at Prairie Scraps on YouTube and Facebook, and I'd love to have you follow along. Make sure that you like my page. I'm pretty new in the Crafty bunch, but I am having a great time watching everybody's great creations. I just can't believe all the creativity there. I do go live on my own Prairie Scraps Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 4 p.m. Thank you. I got it. Yay. I got it. All right. There we go. I got the S. Is that cute? Cute, cute. All right. And this is going to go right here in the middle. Maybe you need to get a glue gun going. I had to drag my glue gun from the house because I was gluing everything at the last minute. And then I always usually grab it and take it to my shows too. All right, so that's going to go in the middle. What do you think for a color for the windows? Yes, the trailer was a transfer too. It actually was 2 separate transfers. It was this part right here was one set, and then I put over the top of it the gray part. So it was two-parter. But this little guy has all kinds of little extras. It's got little think that's the one that goes in this one. It's got little curtains like that, or it's got little curtains like this. We could put a little flower on it. And this is the cute part, right? Little buntings. So I think I might, I don't know if I've even used those ever. We'll see. Isn't it cute? I think I might use like a, I don't want to use brown. The brown feels kind of stark. Any color ideas? Yeah, it was like a, it's one of our really old transfers. I've had it forever. It was probably one of the first ones I really, really wanted, as well as the old vintage truck. We don't have that either anymore. What do you think? A pink? I know, aren't they are pretty cute. There's lots of pieces. There's even like a little campfire you can put on there. There is maybe like a peach. Do you think a peach? This is peach cobbler. That might look nice with it. Oh, red. Red. This is flamingo. Oh, flamingo. I think I'm going to do flamingo. Isn't that pretty? It's almost a red. It's not as orange as that peach is. But it's not quite stark red like Christmas red. It's like kind of a pinkish, you know. We'll see. I guess there's really no right or wrong, is there? All right, we're going to do that one right there. This little curtain is at an angle even for the little window. I think there's even like in the solid part, you can even do like a buffalo check was back. There's like all kinds of parts to it. You can make it summer, spring, winter, all the different things. It's got Christmas trees. And there's actually a, oh, I pulled this out. See, we're in the happy camper. I could have done that too, but I really wanted to do the outdoors and smart. I needed something bigger to fill this spot. So that's why we did that. We could put the little flower in the window. We'll see. Thank you. Yeah, I think flamingo is going to be good. I haven't used this hardly at all. I'm going to use a tool. It's got a little bit of a shimmer too. This little camper, it's got this yellow countertop. I've kind of got it covered, but the when I had to redo all the, I did kind of a plain green-ish with a little bit of yellow hue to it to cover the seats. And then the windows, I originally put yellow curtains in to match this. And then they faded really quick and they were very bright in the morning. So I made new curtains, and you can't see them because I've kind of got teal behind me, but they're like vintagey looking orange, green, and yellow color to go with it. So probably due for more curtains. I've been contemplating this green here, or this teal. All right, let's see if we can get this up. Cute. That aside. Nice. Isn't that cute? See, I think where else should I go with it? Ooh. I almost burned my finger. Not good. This hot glue gun gets really super hot. I think that looks about right. Get our marshmallow in there. I do have some other little pieces. I got marshmallows. I got the graham cracker. I think they're kind of big. get the little pieces of flamingo off there. I'm thinking about doing like a little flat flag right across there. What do you think? Thank you. Should we try it? Decorate our little camper. The little extra. Oh boy, people are still doing. I think, we have this 3-day 4th of July celebration in our town, and it goes with rodeo and the whole 9 yards, parades for 3 days, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, not everybody's left yet. So we were noticing everybody's still kind of around town. So we're like, oh my goodness, all the travelers. It's good business for our town, but it gets tiring because we are now, well, actually they kind of spread it out to 4 days this year instead of 3 days because of the holiday. So our last parade was yesterday at 2:00 in the afternoon. So it's a lot of parades, 3 parades. All right, let's see how this looks. Get a little bunting on here, I guess you would call it. Cute. Cute, cute. Can you see it? Isn't that cute? Love it. Okay, where are we at for time? All right, so make sure you're following along. Pretty soon here, Jan from Fine Again Finds. That sounds like something I'm up to. I'm not even sure. Because I'm so new, I'm not sure I've seen her before. She will be up next, so make sure in the Crafty bunch to go ahead and follow her. Follow all the ladies in this group. This is kind of a fun little... Getting real fancy with this camper. Usually I just kind of throw a camper on there and go, but this is fun. I'm having too much fun today. Trying to think of any other. We have a couple of meal in the mugs so we can cook it over the stovetop, because if it's ever raining camping, you got to cook inside. If it's too hot, you don't want to cook inside. So we always have options. Oh, we got one of those grills, the travel ones. What are those called? Blackstones? Oh, yeah, right? It's like tourist season right now. Thankfully, we only have border days. We do get it like hunting season because we're very in a hunting area. Plus, there's like huge, like we have steelhead and salmon fishing just out of town. So lots of that kind of, different seasons. What do you think? I think it's really cute. I'm pretty excited about that. All right, where do I put the flower? Right down here by the wheel. I know, and my husband and I used to work. We are originally from Wisconsin, and so we used to both through college worked in Wisconsin Dells. So, all right. So, how do I do this little flower? Just the little flower we want. In flamingo. And then, let's do brown, huh? That might be a good for the bottom pot. Tie it back. Thank you, Mary. This is so much fun, actually. Camping is my deal for sure. Just because, so then I didn't finish telling you about, so we have this little bitty one. We got a bigger one in a junkyard and refinished it because we couldn't afford, anything new once we had this little one. And we can't get rid of the little one because, because it's a family heirloom. And anyway, so a few years ago, my husband's a mechanic in town. And I'm just trying to get that flower off a little because I don't want it to dry up. I'm going to use a little bit of green on the leaves. So he had talked to a guy locally who had a couple of Airstreams. He had an RV Airstream, an older gentleman, and then he had this, I'm going to use a little lime green on there. He had he had an older vintage Airstream and then this big RV. And so my husband had talked to him about the vintage one to see if he would sell it. He was trying to sell it for too much. So anyway, it was way out of our price range because we like to redo them a little bit. And anyway, a couple years ago, that guy that he had talked to originally, I don't know, maybe not the best flower ever, but it's just a little pop of color there. I guess it's maybe not the best spot. I don't know. I haven't looked at this one for a long time. So anyway, I have 1 more minute left. So he got this free RV as long as he could get it out of his driveway. That was, he goes, if you can get it, if you could drive it out, you can have it. So we ended up with this great big, huge 35-foot RV, and it needs to be gutted. It's disgusting. But anyway, so we have 3 Airstreams in our yard. Isn't this cute? So I think we're finished here. I think it's just perfect. I love it. It's so beautiful. Got some great kind of vintagey looking colors a little bit. The flamingo maybe is a little bit more contemporary color to it, but so much fun. I hope you all have a great time. Make sure to catch Jan at Finds. And I'm excited to see what she's going to make for the Crafty bunch here in just 1 minute. Oh, you do love the flower. Oh, good. It's kind of teeny tiny, isn't it? It's so small. So teeny tiny. Thank you. I appreciate that. Make sure you follow along, everybody actually, but go ahead and like my page too. That helps me out. And of course, all of your comments and everything, that helps me too. So I appreciate you all joining me today. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Thanks for putting up with me on YouTube. I appreciate it. I will, if you want any of some of the supplies, that camper is probably not available anymore. Whoops. I don't know what that was about, but let me know. Just put camp on the thing and I'll get you a link to go shopping. I appreciate your support. Have a very blessed day and keep on crafting.